figured I would jump on for a little bit today if anybody wants to hang. I hope you're all doing well. I see a few people in the chat already. I'm just going to jam some ragdoll tunes and talk to you all live. What is going on? I know we're trying to pick Leon's guitars hanging up in the background. Go for it, Brett. If you can get the first up to about here, I don't know, you win a prize. The prize is great self-esteem. How's everybody else doing today? And where is everybody watching from in the world at the moment? Finally, plug my wire in, which I didn't use on the last live stream, so that is pretty enjoyable. So yeah, let me know where you're all watching from, and go and request some ragdoll songs and I'll do my best to play them. Something pretty cool with this patch is I've got it set up so that if anyone's a Fractal user, you know, you've got scene ignore in here, so I can have my main sounds, my chunky chunk and my lead, my rhythmic delay, big wobbly thing, kind of lo-fi thing, but then I've got a pitch block to do the virtual capo sort of stuff, and I can have all those things pitch shifted with one button, which sounds like garbage because you're hearing the sound of my strings. Let me mute my mic. Which is a true miracle of nature that actually works. All right, we got North Carolina, Georgia, Florida border, Sunshine Coast, awesome. We got people from everywhere. We got Bangkok in Thailand as well. And the cat is emerging. She must know that I'm doing a stream. Don't you, Tibby? You want to say hi to all the people? Probably not. And you're deaf anyway, so you can't hear me. And you're a cat, so you probably don't understand Australian English. But anyway, if you hear a little bell, it is the little cat. Awesome. So who wants to hear... What ragdoll song should I play next? Let me know. And Toronto. Awesome. First one past the goalpost. I'm going to do it. We got Alan from Texas. My wife's family is from Texas, over in Dallas. So that's definitely my home away from home. New York is awesome. Let's see. I would love to see your cat. She'll be back over in a minute, I promise. I'll seat her right here when she comes back over. This is definitely the cat's seat. Alaska. Wow, someone is watching me in Alaska. That's amazing. Somewhere I really, really want to go. More for the fact that I always found it fascinating as a kid when I would look at a map of the world that you had something, you had America here and you had this thing up here. It's like the extended cutaway of the United States. John Osborne from Lomita in California. This is awesome. Yep. Hit likes, man. Play Freebird. Or if you're in Australia, of course, it's Play K-San. Alrighty. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, or you got song requests that are songs in the Ragdoll catalog, I'll give you a couple of rundowns. We could do a Shine, we could do Love on the Run. That's got a fun solo in it as well. The Last Time is always super fun to play. Basically any of them I will do. Rust. Actually, this little filter thing is set up for that. Which is super fun. I'm going to actually check my tuning. Now, we got people from all over the States. This was clearly a good time to stream. It is about 12:30 during the day here in Perth. Sunny Perth, Western Australia, which I'm guessing is kind of evening for people in the States. Stationed in Alaska, we'll go back in a heartbeat. That's awesome. Oh, actually, I have something pretty cool. to show all my friends in the States. We did Rocklahoma in the States a bunch of times. Here comes the cat. Hey, Tibby. And it was always awesome. And we had these... Come on. There she is. There you go. That's not too bad, is it? Everyone can see the cat, hopefully, in the corner. Anyway, cool story. We did this after party, so we were playing on the back of a truck, like at 2 in the morning or something, and we did a song. And because it's Memorial Day in the States, I thought it might be a good idea to maybe dedicate the song to the troops. And then somebody came over and they gave me their service jacket. So I forgot that I had this. So yeah, shout out to everybody in the service in the States and to Farley, because I absolutely love this thing, and it's amazingly warm as it's getting a little bit chillier here in the States. Yeah, got a few questions. Mississippi, we've got more Alaska, we've got Argentina. Awesome. Shout out to everybody in South America. Sticky fingers during a gig, what is your fix? Hey, I see what you mean. Yeah, so Tibby is 16, totally stone deaf, and yeah, I don't know anything about the ranks or anything like that. So yeah, maybe somebody can explain it to me, because I'm a total noob. Watching the Queen special on Channel 5 at the same time. Well, I don't want to distract you from US Air Force Staff Sergeant. Ah, fantastic. Tell us about that envelope sound you just hit up. All right, check this out. I can do a screen share. Can I? Yeah, of course I can. Check this out. Boom. So this is my big dirty, yeah, service jacket. Really, really cool. It's one of those things that I kind of picked up along the way, and it's at the time it was super cool because, you know, it's super cool on its own, I guess, but as time has gone on, it's something that I kind of treasure a little bit more. So we still keep in touch as well, which is awesome. Anyway, this filter thing, let me see. Where is it? Where does it live? Right, so it's a resonant low pass filter, as you can see. What have I done? I've got the low cut at 200, the high cut. So basically what happens is this frequency, the low pass frequency, is tied to an ADSR, which I always think was like a custom kind of envelope. So on this scene, what happens is I trigger, well, actually the ADSR just runs on its own. So yeah, it's just a very slow auto envelope you can see in here. So basically when I change scenes to this, it actually changes the channel, and that triggers this sweep in the block. Look at that. So that's just an automatic timed thing that happens. And I'm pretty sure I just kind of worked out how long the piece of music was. So you can see, yeah, it's the attack's nearly 4 seconds and the sustain is nearly 3 seconds in there. So when you go to it, which I can do with my guitar on, now I can kick it back in. So that's what's going on there. All right. Virtual capo hack, use a volume pedal in parallel with ADSR to automatically click the volume pedal signal to get just the note attack. Really improves the tone. I will try that. I've seen that mentioned, but I could never remember what it is. That's awesome. 5-4 in Dublin, just up with some coffee. My favorite guitar right now is this one. Is probably my favorite guitar ever. And my favorite Psych solo is probably still Crying in the Rain, just because it is ultimate beast mode John Sykes. Do I know Taj Farron? I don't know Taj. I'm aware of Taj. If you've checked out, on the topic of guitar prodigies, Jaden Tatsius Kore, his band actually opened up for Ragdoll a month or two ago, and they are the loveliest people, and Jaden is such an amazing, talented guitar player. So yeah, they're in Perth, and yeah, really, really good people. All right, you know what? I'm going to play Rust so you can all hear that envelope thing in context, and then we can hang some more. All right. I saw a few questions come in. Thank you for the sub, Paul Rhodes. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's funny how, like, if you hear this on its own, you know, it's a sound, but having that reinforcement from the drums and the bass makes it sound mega. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of an appropriate guitar tone is working around with what the drums and the bass are doing. Apologies if I'm cracking my knuckles and that drives anyone absolutely mental. A PRS LT SE245 signature. Hey, that would be a dream come true. Just make an SE version of this. Don't even put my name on it. Put it out there. That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be cool. I'm sure at least 12 people would buy one. 5 of which would be members of my family, so it's a good deal. PRS should definitely do it. Des, hope you're doing well, mate. Hope things are going all right for you, and shout out to Des Sherwood Guitar Tuition. Go and give him a follow, everybody in the stream. Ragdoll to do a tour and come over to Queensland. We're going to be on the East Coast for a few shows, I think in August. It's slated at the moment. We have like a corporate thing we're doing. I'm going to try and put some shows around that, so we might do a Brisbane and a Sydney while we're over there as well. Band in a Box. I haven't, but I was talking to somebody about it earlier in the week, and apparently it's pretty amazing. Really helps me a lot. Cheers from Germany. Thank you so much. Where are you watching from in Germany? Fluffy the Great. This one's from Thrash Metal Studio. You know anything about Marshall DSL 100H having a hum that won't go away? I don't know. I have used a couple of those as backline amps in the States before. That's like the DSL that has the dedicated depth control on it, right? The sort of the newer one. This one comes from Bob. If any of us were to visit Perth on vacation, what are some cool and interesting things to see? I think the ultimate one is obviously Rottnest Island, just off the coast of Perth, is a pretty big one. You have those adorable little animals called quokkas, the smiling marsupials. Perth's a really, really beautiful place. It's a great place if you want to come and relax. Fantastic if you're into snorkeling or diving or fishing, and then the southwest of the state is absolutely beautiful. Have I ever come to LA? Yeah, every time I've been to the States, I've been to LA. And we played the Whiskey twice. I think we headlined it, if you know, it's a pay-to-play gig anyway. But yeah, we opened for Skid Row there in 2014 or 15. Trying to remember. One of them, and then we played there the next year. So yeah, and I have quite a few friends over in LA and California. And Fluffy the Great is in Frankfurt. Shout out to Fluffy the Great. And you are also Fluffy the Great, aren't you, Tibby? Look at you. What do you think about all of this? Oh yeah, you're going to be smoochy. I'm going to try not to rotate your chair around too much. It's definitely a good idea to lay down and watch what's happening on the screen. Because our cat is totally deaf, we'll often just put the TV on for her during the day so she can watch things. Like, you know, you get those 8-hour-long videos for cats where it's just like toy mice running across the screen and stuff like that, so she loves that. Would really love to visit Australia, just a little afraid driving on the wrong side. Yeah, that is a thing. That's one of my great skills, is having driven a bunch in the States and Europe, getting used to driving on the other side of the road. Yeah, when I saw Jeff Beck, he was using them as well. What's that, Jeff Beck? Apologies to anybody who likes to hear things that are in tune, because that is super not in tune, is it? There's my 2-bit Jeff Beck impression right there for you. Screen is blocked from the view of the cat. Well, That is no good. Why am I doing this and not showing you all the cat? Let's fix that right now. There you go. I should probably move my camera down so you can all get a proper view of the cat. There we go. Much better. This is what everybody wants to see. See, Tibby, you're a star. Absolute star. What do you reckon? Is this a good guitar? Do you approve? Oh, it's got the smooches of approval, I think. Excellent. Anyway, better not interrupt her anymore during her very, very important beauty regimen. Guitar shop, oh man, so good. Absolutely so good. I just love the approach to expressiveness that Jeff has. There's another great... Oh, no, don't go anywhere. The people are only just able to see her. She's gone. She'll be back. Yeah, a lot of that stuff, which is really cool, where you can, if you want to play a melody that went, just doing semitone bends into every second note. How many guitars do you have, and what are your 3 favorite? Official answer for how many guitars do I have is lots, and 3 favorites are probably this, my Strat, right, they're the old 70s one, and that's a tricky 3rd favorite one. Maybe my Hamer Standard, the big Explorer-shaped guitar. You should talk about Nile Rodgers sometime. Yes, and shout out to the one and only Brian Hook in the comments. So much of the awesome gear that I'm able to feature on this channel is because of Brian. Send him some love. Nile Rodgers has the most amazing right hand and left hand when it comes to guitar, and pocket, I think, is the term. It's kind of rare where you get bands where the rest of the band follows the guitar player. The Rolling Stones probably being a good counterexample where, Keith cues everything. Nile Rodgers is another one. And I mean, just the I feel like I was talking about this on the last live stream. I'm going to get a Strat. I got to get a Strat for this. Otherwise it, Hey, and Michael Torrin is in here. This is like Rackaholics Anonymous in here at the moment. Or Rackaholics Unanimous might be a better term for it. So let me get a Strat, because I can answer 2 questions in one with this. Hey! And try not to step on the cat. She'll be very, very mad with me, won't you? And I need something kind of clean. Let's do that. Alrighty then. Clean sound. Probably something directy sounding. So this is this is a tilt EQ into a compressor with a chorus and some detune. And that is a very, very much a DI funk tone. Do I hold off on an FM3 or wait for an FM9? How much do you want to do that the FM3 doesn't? Because they're both very, very capable. I think the FM9 is great in the fact that you kind of don't have to make any compromises. On the FM3, you have to design your presets with a few little streamlined things in mind with it. The FM9 is very much a just grab and go and have everything, and you've got plenty of foot switches, so if you can wait, it's probably worth waiting for. But I've been gigging with the FM3 heaps recently because it's just enough for me. That's the sound. Listen to that spank. It's basically an acoustic sound, isn't it? So, cool things that I learnt when I had to do a funk gig. I always feel like when we're playing rock guitar, it's like you hold a chord, you hold the chord, and then strumming it activates the chord. Whereas playing a lot of that funk stuff, what's really happening is in the background, you're basically counting 16ths with your right hand. So this is happening all the time. And then you might be holding down, like, say, a 9 chord. And this is the bedrock of your playing. This is the motor. This is the pulse. And when you want to play a chord, what you do is you squeeze your left hand. What that lets you do is it lets you control the length of the note on there. It's like having an ADSR on a synthesizer or a sequencer. You know, this is like, a sequencer is a good example because this is like the length of the gate. You can go, or you can make it super, super choppy. So, you know, you could play something that's like, or you could play, this would be hitting all the one, so the 1, 2, 3, 4. My stream froze, that kind of sucks. And then a lot of that. Just that like control over not just bashing notes. Speaking of super choppy, my stream. So this is no amp. Hopefully the stream is back. Let me flick this on again. Look at this. This is a tilt EQ at about 1600 hertz. With 11 dB again. This is the studio feedback compressor. It's a bit of dimension chorus and a bit of Eventide style detune on there. So you take like, and it's neck and middle pickup on a Strat. You could do middle and bridge. Hey Glenn, what's up? Nice to have you in the stream. I hope you're doing well. The Hamer, that was, I actually sold it to a buddy of mine who was going on a mad Hamer collection binge, and they hit me up about it and they were like, hey, if you ever, you know, the classic, if you're ever thinking about selling that guitar, and I was like, well, I'm not thinking about selling it, but, you know you like this kind of stuff and you like the kind of military themed things. So, yeah, they ended up picking it up. A good buddy of mine, shout out to Stu over on the East Coast. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they've still got that guitar. So it kind of needed a little bit of TLC with like I'm pretty sure the pickup selector was working, but yeah, they basically just polished it up and had it absolutely screaming in no time. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's very much like an NXS kind of thing, isn't it? What would that be? How does that? Yeah. Maybe it's an A. Yeah, that is actually, that's the tone, isn't it? This was me trying to clone a Rockman. And then you add the detune. This is a 77 Strat. Yeah, this isn't a flimsy pick either. That's a good point, actually. Getting the flimsy pick helps a lot for that tone. This is a 1.35mm jazz. Do I have a flimsy pick? Maybe. Let's see. Surely I got something in this box of wonders over here. Just pick a random thing. Not flimsy, not flimsy. Come on, I gotta have a flimmo pick somewhere in here. What about this? Nope. Here we go. What? Oh yeah, what is this? This is a Jim Dunlop 0.45. So, big part of that style. Here's a non-flimsy pick. And then a super flimsy pick. Listen to that. That is like, that is so much more the sound. That's amazing. Play the Benny Hill theme. That is a great request. Even for the single note stuff, that kind of works. Versus... Wow, that's crazy. Big, big, big chicka chicka chicka. Emmanuel Gardner Fernandez transformation, yeah. Yeah, it's actually, that is a big secret to the whole funk thing, isn't it? There's a Jim Dunlop USA Riffs 0.45. I should keep that on hand for playing that stuff, because that's pretty cool. Maybe like a 0.6 or something would be more appropriate. Hopefully the stream hasn't absolutely clunked up again. Let's see, we got to grab some delay and give us Streets Have No Name. Yeah, I mean, that's just going to be... That's going to be the sound, isn't it? So yeah, good old DI guitar tones, you know. Should I do this with the dual delay? Let's do this with the Mind Guy. That's going to be the one, isn't it? Probably something like this. Give me some more mix. There we go. Have I done it again? I've forgotten that I'm sharing my screen. Sorry, everybody. Thanks for the reminder, yeah. Yeah, hey, too much delay for that, but maybe I'll just give it a little bit of this. I think so much of that stuff was probably Rockman. That's the sound, isn't it? Yeah, you know, for the longest time I thought that was a Police song. It wasn't that it was pointed out to me that it's not. There's actually there is a factory preset in the Axe effects for that has the harmonies from memory. I think it's called The Infield. You can hear my pickups buzzing away. Let's find that. Infield. There it is. What does this have? Does it have the harmonies? I feel like this should have the harmonizer on it somewhere, but yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Pretty cool sound. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Does your ring mess with your neck when you play? Not anymore. The first maybe month that I had it, it did. I got a lot of that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of my guitars, the little underside on this part of the neck has been scuffed up a little bit. Oh yeah, if I just need to say, like, Michael Toran and Brian Hook need to meet, and then that's going to be like the ultimate meeting of the minds when it comes to rack gear. Because I feel like everything Mike doesn't have, Brian does have, so it's the perfect crossover. Where are we in the chat? You know what? I might, now that I've got this set up, what if I play you guys? Has Fractal ignited second wave overindulged with so many legendary tones so easy to use, like the 80s boom? Probably. I mean, I like to think that the popularity of pitch detune has increased by at least, 1 percentage point over the last 2 years that I've been dialing in heaps of detune on all my presets. I'm going to use the magic pitch block to do the magic pitch thing, and I'll play you guys a ragdoll song called Self-Censored, which was our kind of version of a Police song, even though it sounds more like a Rush song and even more like a ragdoll song. So let's do that. Tempo should be 135. It's got some dotted delay stuff in it. All right, this will be a few minutes of me noodling around. Enjoy.
Wasted
That song is just about to turn 9 years old. Far out. We put that out in 2013. So that one's called Self-censored, and the working title was Rush Police, as you probably gathered from all the... And that solo was me trying to do something like the Limelight solo, you know, with the whole... And then... What do I do? There we go, yeah. Something like that. So yeah, and there's like 50 layers of backing vocals or something on there. We went absolutely hog wild. Cameron Jenkins, shout out to Cameron. Single-handedly inspired me to get an FM3, favorite YouTube guitarist. Thank you. That means a lot, Cameron. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Would tag, but not sure how to do that on iPad. I am going to, Brian, Michael, I'm going to connect you to right now because this needs to happen. This is what I was put on this earth to do, to unite the rat gods. I'm going to do that right now, and I'll take a few more questions, and I should probably jump off and do a few little things before the end of the morning. Let's do this. All right, I've just copied you in on an email called Dudes, and now you have one another's contact details. What a wonderful thing the mighty internet is. Where was I doing this? Okay. Thanks for the stream and recent FM3 presents. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. There's going to be some more once they add some things that have trickled down to the axe effects. I'll do a few more, like once the FM3 gets scene ignore and a few other things. Because this particular patch where you can just go like, oh, I have all my things. Then I can have them down. That sounds terrible again because I have my mic on. Let me fix that. All that kind of thing. So Wonder Twin power activate. Yes, exactly. You were put on the earth to detune the delays. Yes. Finally, someone understands my true meaning. Speaking of which, that dual detune delay they added to the axe recently is so awesome. Because in the H3000 there's, I think, so you know, there's a classic, all right, let's get super nerdy. In the H3000 you have two different microshift presets, okay? Let me bring one up. I'm on the axe, but I've been lucky enough to kind of replicate them. So you have, what do you have on here? You have preset 231. That is the one, the world famous microshift preset. But then there's another one, and apparently this was Michael Thompson's favorite patch. It's patch number 519. It's made using the multi-shift algorithm. And if you don't know Michael Thompson, you do know Michael Thompson because they played on everything in the 80s. So it's like, it's pretty close. But they do have different things going on. So we'll do like 231 is... Like one sounds a little bit kind of wider and glitchier, and the other one sounds a bit narrower and smoother. But what you do with the 519, the Michael Thompson trick, was you do like a 400 millisecond delay. The other weird thing about the H3000 is that the left and right delays were not quite exactly the same. So you get like... See this beautiful like kind of cloud thing. What the multi-shift algorithm has though is the ability to have cross feedback, which the axe didn't have. So I complained and asked for it, and they added it, and then you get this. which is just amazing. So good. Such a lovely tone. This is one of my favorite questions. If Aria past video, if the dual rec is the T-Rex, what amp is the Indominus Rex? So this is my Jurassic Park Boogie amps. Yes, this is all on the Axe-Fx. So a buddy of mine over in Sweden basically did all the hard work, and I ran test signals through my H3000, and then they measured it all and got the right detune times and settings, and I've put those blocks up on the Discord server, and they sound bang on. It's quite amazing. With the, well, in the pitch block, the trick is to, I'll show you real quick. It's this, which I didn't kind of didn't realize. So if you see here, you set the pitch tracking off and you play around with the tracking parameter. So you can go from like, and like if you set it to 0, it sounds super funky. But yeah, just having the tracking really low kind of gets you the eventide sound. Yeah, that's where it's happening. Otherwise, I guess there's an impossible question. Drop the ideas about an Andy Timmons style sound. There's a preset, factory preset. I think I did a little tweaking of it for the last round of things called, oh man, it's somewhere in the 100-ish, around here. I remember it. And the song, yeah, I feel like it was like a Timmons style preset. What was it called? Because I thought it was an Al Di Meola preset, but that was not correct. Oh, I'll have to remember. Deluxe Sax, Chainsaw, Subtle Blues, Heat Stack Delays. Let's see. You can't search scene names on here, but this will come to mind. To me, the Timmons sound is pretty close to like an Eric Johnson sound, like just a kind of slightly refined version of that. So yeah, I don't know, maybe, but yeah, basically like get the Lone Star and put a very short dual delay on it, and you'll have a pretty cool thing happening. What was I going to say? Yeah, so this dual detune thing, this is a factory preset. Just that, and you can do some fun stuff like use the 2290 block as a chorus. This sounds ridiculous with this big. So good. So good. Yes, I think it was like Elegant Gypsy or something like that. You are correct. You are correct. They might have replaced it with a different preset or something like that. Alrighty. So yeah, the tracking in the pitch block is kind of the magic where it's at. What was the other thing? What other rack nerdy thing? Oh yeah, so there's like another LFO in the delay block. I'll share my screen again. We're all here for this kind of stuff. So in the delay block, you have this. Let me bring up my panning 2290. So, you know, everyone knows a few things about the 2290. The left and right side are out of phase with one another, which is how you get that wider than stereo thing. It has ducking in there, which is in the more section here. So I can add like 12 dB of attenuation, which is pretty awesome. And you could assign modulation not just to the delays and modulate the time, you could use the modulation for panning. So they added a third LFO in here, which is set to pan. So if you turn that to none, you just get this, like you get your stock 2290 thing. Let's hear that with just a bit of detune. I see what I've done. I'm an idiot. Let me bypass this. I said as a delay, right? So you have that, but then pan the echo over here and you modulate it with this LFO and fun stuff happens. Pans around, just like the 2290. And it's ducked as well, so it's so good. It's so good, it's ridiculous. Yeah, that is definitely one of my favorite sounds, and kind of why the Eventide and the 2290 are like, they deserve the squeaky chair preset. There you go. That's the tone, man. But any reverb, I don't know, like, one thing you can play around with, which is really cool, with a delay, would be, let me see, let me go back to my main preset, which I was using before, which is over here. So one thing you can do is, like, if you've got a big delay, you add a bunch of diffusion to it. This is using the multi-tap delay. So a bit of, and it's basically the Timmins style thing, quarter note and dotted eighth note. Cameron Jenkins is suggesting delay at 100% and no dry. So for this kind of thing, what you want is this. Wait, I've got to be able to get into the block first. We'll get there. We'll get there. So you want to hear this. That's what I'm talking about. The reason you can hear dry signal there is I have two delays set up in there. All right, this. That's so cool. That would be, we need to hear that with a reverse delay. That's the really fun way to roll. A really long reverse delay. Let's do this. Okay, this is going to look ridiculous. Let's try. The delay's not on, you moron. I'm going to mute my mic too, so you can all hear it. That was a great suggestion. That is a lot of fun. It'd be fun to take that and then reverse it and layer over a song. Would have been lost without your axe tutorials. Thank you. What I found out is getting to know how real analog works. Yeah, me too. Like, I learned a lot about, like, I would have never been into Mark Series boogies if it wasn't for the axe effects, you know? You know, there's like a zero, once you've got one, it doesn't cost you any more to go, hey, I wonder what a Mark IV sounds like. And I was like, oh, I've heard everyone make these things sound amazing, but it doesn't sound... Someone had diarrhea at Guitar Center. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, it's like, oh, this doesn't sound the way I expect it to. Why not? You start reading about the real amp. Same thing for me. Like, I remember when I bought my AX8, I was so excited because it had a 2290 mode in there, and that was the first delay that I dialed up, and I was like, why can't I hear the delay? And I was connected in mono. And it was being summed to mono. So yeah, you learn so much good stuff. And then what I found is having that opportunity to learn it like on the axe. Most stuff is super duper close to the real thing. So if you do get to play a real Mark IV or a real Eventide or something, you're kind of not super overwhelmed. You know what to look for. Oh yeah, the option paralysis is real. But yeah, the virtual, I mean, let's go down 7 semitones with the virtual capo, and I'll make this thing sound like a chunk machine, shall I? Now my guitar instead sounds like a cartoon. Are you guys working on a default preset update? There will be some new FM3 presets. I better be careful what I say. Let's put it this way: we're not working on it. We're not working on it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm sure there will be an updated factory bank for like the FM3 pretty soon. So again, I don't actually work for Fractal. I'm just the person proselytizing it all the time, you know, like the traveling preacher who doesn't actually travel that much at the moment. But yeah, Doom sound with the axe effects. Yeah, not having to have perforated eardrums. Like the fuzzes in here are pretty good. I really like. You could pitch that down. You could add a big muff, and you're pretty much having a great time immediately. What one's that? Pi Fuzz. There you go, instant doomy stuff. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, like that kind of outfield preset, you know, you just bring it up and you're pretty much there. Where's the... I always love the Petrucci factory preset. I'm pretty sure Cooper Carter wrote that one. And, you know, Cooper works with John on his rig, so he knows what's up. But where's the clean sound? That's the dirty sound. What do we got here? Yeah. Spent the 4 full orange stacks, yeah. Hey, and they're probably not watching at the moment, but shout out to Shay on the Discord server who has that many vintage orange stacks and plays insane Doom stuff on violin, which is one of my favorite things ever. So let's see. Kirill Karkland, is it wrong to add 2 mono 2290 blocks? No, not at all. That's the cool thing, right? You know, you're not tied to what would I do in the real world. Well, let's do that, and then I'll do some via for you. Actually, I got my cheat way out of this one. Here you go, kids. But yeah, for real, let's go back to Crunchy Town. Man, there's like another great factory preset. If you like that kind of stuff, is where is it? That's pretty rad. I really, really like that. Anyway, this is a good question. 2 2290s. I mean, how bad could it be? 1 2290 is pretty amazing. Let's try this. So 2290 in mono. Yeah, this is going to sound good. This is going to sound very good. We'll do this one. I would recommend you go in and you turn the phase reverse off. Maybe not. Yeah, turn it off. Then we got another 2290. Turn the phase reverse off. Pan one left. Pan one right. Make sure one's got a short time and one's got a long time. And I think we should be having a pretty good time here. Let's engage them, shall we? Oops. Taking my time, but here we go. Sounds really good. One's panning. Look, full disclaimer, I don't work for them, but I do make some videos for their European distributor G66. So, full disclaimer, everybody, you couldn't guess that I actually do use one of these in real life or anything like that. Here we go. This is a 2290 thing. That's good. I dig it. Do the 2 2290s. That's gonna make you pretty happy. Someone wanted to hear some Steve Vai. Without playing the most obvious thing in the world when someone says play some Steve Vai. That really didn't sound like Steve Vai at the end. That just sounded like me noodling around. You've never seen the live chat before? Awesome. Well, if you have any more questions, John, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them if you're hanging out. Does the FM3 have the ability to detune via a pitch block? It does. If you smack a pitch block in your preset, you've got the virtual capo, which will do that polyphonic detuning thing, and then you've got all the Eventide style stuff. Yeah, a bit of that one. That's always the kind of go-to Vi riff for me. I really like that Steve has all the naked tracks. Well, he did at one point have naked tracks on YouTube. And what was it? Still My Bleeding Heart. That was a really, really good one. Was that the one? Let's see if it comes up. Yes. Typing Steve Vai naked into YouTube isn't something I could recommend to everybody. Here we go. This was one of my favorite backing tracks to play over. know, I get carried away playing that stuff for days. It's a really addictive track. I like, and I would highly recommend. Where's my thing? When I'm streaming from YouTube, just interrupted my stream. Good jam to start a working day. Alrighty. Yeah, they are amazing. I'm going to split, everybody. I hope you had an awesome time. Thank you for all the suggestions. And I started off with my PRS playing ragdoll songs, and I ended up on a Strat. I'll play you one more. Play you one more for good measure. Let's get the... Actually, let's do this. So that's favourite guitar number 2. And I think favourite guitar number 3 is this absolute chungus machine. This is a 2008 Hamer. Needs a little bit of a tune. This one's also in drop C. I pulled this one out for a show last year. And still got the same set of strings on it. So these strings have been on there for 12 months minimum. But I forgot how much I liked it. Really, really loved it. And I'm like 6'1", 6'2"-ish. So having a guitar that doesn't look like a banjo on me playing live is kind of works. I look less like a deformed giant. All right. Let's see. Hollywood actress, the recent Ed Sheeran case, great for all musicians and songwriters. Look, I haven't read too much about the specifics of it, but I am vaguely aware. I was talking to somebody about that the other day, how, like, you know, people like Ed film all their writing sessions for, you know, yeah, they're not ripping it off. And yeah, I guess it's one of those things, you know, it's like, I love, take Tom Petty, Won't Back Down. Great, great song. Tom Petty's amazing. I love playing that. I love listening to that. Can't take anything away from him. But, you know, a lot of copyrights seem to revolve around, like, first past the goalposts. Like, you know, hey, let's play E minor, D, and G, and let's sing 3 notes over it. Well, you know, there's only so many permutations of those chords and notes you can have. So over the course of 40 years, probably more than one person will come across it. So, yeah. Have you tried connecting Axe Real Amp Axe? Yes, I think that's really cool. I like that with a load box a lot, because you can put compressors and distortions before your real amp. You got your load box, load an IR on there. Can't wait for the FM9. It's going to be worth the wait, mate. Believe me. All right, I'm going to play... what ragdoll song haven't I played forever? Have I played a Mesa Mark III? I haven't. No, I have. I have played a Mark III. A buddy of mine who buys and sells a lot of guitars had one, and I nearly bought it. I only played through it for a few minutes, but I ended up buying a Mark IV instead. So let's see, what could be a deep cut that I could play for you all? Let's do... Ooh. Let's do Playing God. That's a fun one. Everybody have an awesome day. I will see you very, very soon. Very, very soon. Let's do it.